Donc lorsque je flingue, c'est toute ma putain de nation qui flingue avec moi. Tu vois ce que je veux dire?
Welcome back, everyone. Budo with 3 rounds. Coach Terry, Jab University. You're back. You weren't here earlier this week. Where you been at, man? Where you at now?
Traveling, you know what I mean? Like, new radio, like it was negative, so apparently, like it froze, and then something exploded. So now I need a new radiator. So it's just
man. Hey, there's never the shortage of all that type of stuff happening.
never.
All right, so man, a lot of stuff happening in the world of amateur boxing. It's kind of like the buildup, you know. Hey, you and me, we've been talking about what's going to happen, and people are just getting to the point where they're realizing, like, oh, okay, like you guys were talking, like if we were just causing a stir for no reason, there was a reason behind it. We're going to get into it, and we're going to have a coach who's very familiar. He's last time I checked, he was like top 2 in most wins at USA boxing tournaments. I mean, talk about credentials, building up boxers from the ground up. We'll bring him right in, Coach Kahlil. Hey, Coach, how we doing?
How you doing? How you doing?
I think you got on that Lions gear. I wanted y'all
to go. Hey, you see it? You see it?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
That's like, that Detroit thing. Go to the Super
Bowl, they're gonna be meat coach everywhere.
Everywhere.
Meat coach.
Meat coach and Cartier.
Yeah.
Man, wow. Hey, I appreciate you taking the time to talk to us here for a little bit. You're our first return guest. You were way back when we started this two plus years ago. You know what I mean? You were like guest number 4. Like we knew we had to get you in right away, and you know, had some little, you know, gems, you know, a lot of good advice to young boxers, kind of where you're coming up from. But this time around, it's gonna be a little different, right? We're gonna get your take on just everything that's happening. You know, I know Coach Terry got thoughts. We have thoughts on what's happening, and we'll just get right into it. Yesterday, probably the just, you know, the accumulation of these 3 years of work, the 2024 high performance team was selected, aka the qualification team. Right now, this is kind of like it is the qualification team, but there was already a qualification tournament. You know what I mean? So boxers that went into the Olympic trials, we had 5 weight classes that were already called for. Right? We had 125 male, that was already taken. Kahlil Harvey did his thing. 203 plus, Joshua Edwards claimed that spot at the Pan Ams. At 50K 110, Jennifer Lozano claimed that spot at the Pan Ams. At 60, 132, Jahira claimed that spot. And at 66, Morel McCain, Ohio, out there, she claimed that spot. But every other spot was open, and the Olympic trial winners had a chance to go to camp, do their thing. First of all, talk us a little bit. You've been in this game for a while. How was the whole Olympic process? How has it changed? What are your thoughts on how the process is now?
It changed a lot. It's all about what I've been seeing lately. Is like, if you don't have no experience on international level, you don't get no points to really qualify for anything that's gonna matter within the next 3 to 4 years. So if you don't get the international experience or even get a chance to fight internationally, you ain't even getting a spot on the team. Because this the honest God truth. You know, this December was the first time I ever seen Roscoe Hill in person. And you know, I've been around a decade now. And this is my first time ever seeing him. I don't know how he fight. I don't even know how he fight from watching him on, you know, like a podcast or overseas or whatever. But seeing him up close and personal at a tournament, I haven't seen him ever. Didn't even know his style, know his credentials or nothing. So it was a shock to me to even see that his name was still on the list to even be going over there to fight and represent us.
Right. And you know, your thoughts real quick.
my thoughts on that. So athletes, this ain't got nothing to do with you, right?
At all.
At
Your
all.
thing, right? So it's the policies that a lot of people are upset about. Now, the ones that qualified for the Olympics already, hey, the IOC put that out. One nothing nobody can do about it, right? But when you have a domestic qualification, like everybody wanted a fair shot at it, right?
Yeah.
Granted, the trials were a shit show. You know what I mean? You had the 2 rounds, people had
Ooh.
finals. You had that. You had the thing with Obed and Amir, and now Nate Lugo, because Amir and Stephen Colomb got to fight at the Silver Gloves to fight Nate Lugo.
Tomorrow.
Like, it's a mess. It's a mess, and they're like, a lot of these kids have not fought domestically in years. You know, we ain't seen them fight on U.S. soil, or they haven't fought against a U.S. opponent in years. And there's some young boys that came out of the youth that want a shot at them.
There's some young bulls out there.
Ooh.
Want a shot at them.
Man,
all right.
That Terry Washington. Terry
Yeah.
Washington. There's a few other kids that
Yeah.
Ryan Williams.
Yeah.
There's a few other kids that weight class. Give them the opportunity to get some of that experience as well, because the whole dynamics of it has changed. The whole, the gambit on what they allow and what they not allowing, what is pretty, what is not pretty, what is boxing, what is international boxing. Oh, I believe every athlete should have that opportunity to display their talent if they can do it. If they can win December, they should have that opportunity to go get some of that international experience to pick up those points.
Yeah, no, most definitely. And prior to the last two, this cycle and the previous cycle, where it's more of a selection versus winning the tournament and then advancing, and essentially getting the spot and the opportunity to qualify for the Olympics. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's the last time we won a gold, right? Doing it in that format,
Yeah.
award and that, one of the reasons that Billy Walsh left Ireland was because he felt like he didn't have control over team selection. So this shouldn't have been a surprise that he's calling the shots. That's what it is, right? If you think that that's not the case, that you're not paying attention. That's what it is. So we knew that they want to do a program where they can select who they like, who they think can adapt to what they're teaching and that style that they think is going to be successful, which is this international style. So the problem has always been about this lack of transparency, right? If I think it's kind of like USA Boxing did on themselves. I think if they were just being honest about it and say, you know what, the nationals at 22, the nationals that's the tournament you got to win.
That was the trials.
That is the trial. The trials happened a year before anybody knew the trials happened. That's just what happened, because if you go back, I put a meme out there, try to be kind of, funny about it, but the 2023 high performance team was your qualification team. Point blank. That's what it was.
Well, I thought it was the 2022.
Yeah, so they were the 20. Yeah. So December 22 was the 23 team.
Right. That was the 23 team. So they won that.
But you know what? I could say the transparency in the bylaws and the rules, if we dig into them as coaches, we will see exactly what they doing. It ain't hidden.
Change the rules.
It's not hidden.
Yeah.
It's not hidden. It's about what you read and how you adjust to it and accept what they putting out there. It's right there in your face.
Yeah.
So when you go to the nationals, you can pick up on the changes. You can pick up on the different dynamics of what has been accepted and what's being pushed away and what's being drawn in. You know what I mean? So now, if you're paying attention, every year you're gonna see a difference. Every year you're gonna see something added, something took away, something that's favored, something that's disfavored. You know what I mean? So it's not like it's hidden. You just gotta pick up on the signs and symbols and be ready to adjust. We might have this conversation with you before. I say we could train our kids for whatever, but if you're not paying attention to the trend on the coaching, not the coaching, but the judging and the refereeing, you're gonna lose every time.
Yeah, unless you knock the dude out and then they let him keep fighting. So
period. Yeah. That's what we got to understand. It's not. It's like we have to learn And adjust, like we say, we teach the kids how to adjust on the fly. As coaches, we have to
Yeah.
adjust on the fly as well
Yeah.
because it's right there. The bylaws is there. If we sit back and read the bylaws, we read the new rules that they put out. What is every quarter now? Something is changing.
Yeah.
And then by changing, guess what? Whatever they change it to make it more favorable, either for them or for us.
Yeah.
Guess what? Each tournament is going to be stressed in there. It's going to be with an asterisk behind it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it ain't like we can't adjust to it. We just got to adjust to it and not take it personal.
Yeah. And what we gotta do is tell our kids that this year, this is your trials for 2028.
2028, period.
Yeah, it's this year. This
All
December.
the juniors,
Yeah.
all the juniors, all the youth, all the elite. Next year, no, the next 2 years,
Yeah.
you better dig your
'Cause
feet
you
into
got
the ground.
It's your trials now.
This your trials now because you have to get the points to make it to even have any type of favorable nod.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So
Definitely, and I think it's a great point that you're bringing up. That maybe the information is not in front of you and all that, but the information is there, and
yeah,
and uh, it's about that accountability. I think the coaches should have already known what was happening. You can't scroll down social media without seeing somebody asking why did this happen, why is this, how come so and so didn't get in, or blah blah blah, this and that. The coaches should be honest and tell them exactly what's happening, because then the thing that I always had an issue with was uh, you know eh, you go in tournaments, you got David Austin, he's usually talking to the people with USA Boxing and stuff, and we're talking up the Olympic trials like if it was going to matter. I'm like, you're giving false hope to some of these boxers that maybe the coach is not completely informed as to what's happening, right? And they go in there thinking they actually got a shot, and then they screaming all craziness when it wasn't like that. And I think to your point, coach, I think as a coach you have to be on top of everything that's moving, because we just have
gotta
rule
be on
changes
top
every
of
year,
it.
and you have to be on top of that.
Gotta
And
be on
it
that.
can't things can't come to you as a surprise.
Play devil's advocate here. We used to have a national meeting every year, right? We voted on stuff. We were informed about stuff. We don't have a national meeting every year. We get an email.
I was just about to say that. How did we get tricked out of that?
Yeah.
Think about it. We used to have a meeting every year. I
Every
was
year.
just talking. I was just talking to our new LBC president, and he was explaining to me like all the power that was taken away from our LBCs and away from us as coaches because of one rule that was implemented that tricked us out of our power. And that goes to what you just said. Is like, what happened to us sitting down and negotiating and getting an understanding on what's about to be, what's not about to be, what is going on? You know, y'all didn't put all this work in to really change it from rock sock'em to having it be able to evolve from the amateur to the semi pros to the pros. You know what I mean? Because you remember when we first started, jabs and body shots didn't even count.
Yeah, it
Now the
did.
jabs and the body count. Now the jabs and body punches starting to have more leverage than it did 6, 7, even 10 years ago. You know what I mean? So now it's changing, it's evolving, but it seems like as the changes come, we fall back into the Stone Ages.
Yeah. And then here's the other thing. Because I was around during the computer score system. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah,
And it's
you
like,
get your age away, huh?
yeah. But judges never left the computer score system. Because the computer score used to look busy, right? You used to have RSCO. You could stop a dude if you was up by 20 points, but you ain't really have to hit him hard. You just had to connect,
Just touch it. Just
touch him, right?
touch it.
So sometimes now I feel like the judges now are just are judging busyness, right? So when they took that away, they didn't change like how they judge. It's still the same. They judging the same. They just not using clickers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At that same change, when they started changing how the national team. Remember, your top four used to be your national team, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody got international experience. Now it's just one guy or girl getting all the work.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So what happened to that guy or girl get hurt? Ain't nobody got no internet experience to step in.
And then you got to start all over again. You got to start developing the child all over again.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be easy because everybody don't know how to accept that stage.
Yeah.
You know, you might think you're able to accept that stage, but that stage is a whole different heartbeat. It's a whole different breathing pattern. It's a whole different movement. If you don't know how to adjust to that stage, guess what? You're going to crumble every time.
Yeah. And I get it. They want somebody that can do that, but we don't have enough people that can because not enough people are getting to see it.
Yeah.
And I get it that they want us to fight like that over here. But my thing is, how are we going to beat somebody that's been doing that style for their whole life? And when you take us, we've been learning it for 8 months to 2 or 3 years and try to imitate that, they're going to get us.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Fight. We go over there. I get it, having a system, having a structure, but we used to have more people getting international experience, more people qualifying. The trials used to be double elimination, so just in case you had a bad day, you get a redo, right? All in the same week, right? Nobody. The only person that won the Olympic trials is going to the qualification is Shara May because that weight class was open and she beat everybody. You know what I mean?
Right.
But everybody else was already on the team. They was on the team in 22. Hell, I think she was on the team in 22.
Right. Yeah, she was definitely, and you know the change, the team changed 2 times last year. There was 2 changes that happened for whatever reason. You know, Sherman, you know, it's one of those that she just keeps winning, and then for some reason she's out of the team. Well, there's no denying.
They kind of open about it. It was some weight issues. It was the weight. She wasn't She wasn't making the weight. All right, cool. She got to get more discipline there, right?
Right.
But she's winning, right? You're not beating her for that spot. You know what I'm saying?
And I think that one of the things that in this particular kind of system, yes, winning the tournament, boxing, winning is part of it, but you also have to be able to take the rigors of a month-long training camp, right? You if you go a week and then you're hurt, you're injured. I mean, then you put the coaches in a tough position because they have to judge you on what what they can see. And if you're not, you're hurt, you're on the sidelines. How are they going to determine? But if you look at them competing, like I guess what I'm saying is that it's a different level that takes time to develop, right? That's why some of these boxers have have years in the system.
Yeah, and then there's a bias in the grading, right?
Oh yeah.
So for one, that stuff happens behind closed doors. We're not allowed to be there. They bring in a couple officials to grade the test matches. For 2, them 4 weight classes that had to redo, they had to be burnt out. They went through camp, so it's Thanksgiving, right? They went to the tournament, had to fight the semifinals twice, right? They had to hold that weight and stay in camp ready shape, peaked. Man, you can't stay peaked that long, all the way through Christmas, all the way to January, right?
That body about to be
whoa. And if you won on January 6th, if you won, you still had to compete all the way through. Like you never got to plateau. You peaked the whole time. Like them dudes burnt out. Them guys and girls, the 4, they had to be burnt. They had to be burnt.
Mentally alone. We ain't even talk about the stress on the body. It's the mental aspect.
Right.
Because now you got to make sure you're on weight. You got to make sure you sleep. You got to make sure you put this in your body. You got to make sure this not in your body. So now you heavy. You have, the mental is crazy. I got a question. So how these coaches is getting selected? Because a lot of coaches that's coaching on the national team or on the performance team, have they even coached a national fighter before?
Right. That's it. As far as I know. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's a pool, right? And you literally apply to be a part of it.
Yeah, but here's I think, and the pool, the paid guys, I think only one of them has TJ Nolan, right? The other 2, well, Billy's from another country, Chad is from another place too, right? But the paid guys, I think, and the resident coach TJ has. I know for a fact that Adonis has, but he's one of the ones that goes and comes, right? I don't know about the rest. You know what I mean? I really don't. I know they got a pool of coaches. They had some that were really good fighters because when they went to junior camp, you had Coach Stokes out of Stockton, fought 96 Olympic trial. Dude could fight. His son, coming up, he can fight. He could coach, but I don't know about the rest. You know what I mean? You had Lee who fought back then.
My
Yeah,
thing just is that the question I asked the question is, just because you fought or you was a hell of a fighter don't mean that you're a hell of a coach.
yeah.
You got to remember, right? If you're not a student of the game and able to be a teacher of the game as well, no matter. I know you think you're a hell of a fighter. I think I'm a hell of a fighter, but do that mean we could translate our style or our philosophy into the youngsters that we trying to develop?
Yeah.
You see what I'm
And
saying? If you can't develop that,
the style that's being taught, because
right?
so the coaches that are there are like,
Yeah.
yeah, I ain't really
Like
with it.
we seen the European style. I call it the European style, right?
It
We
is.
seen we seen Ireland. We didn't compete against Ireland before. We didn't compete against a couple others. You know what I mean? But their style is everything is long. So if you know how to fight against a long or teach a kid how to defend or attack a long style of fighting, we gonna win every time.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's about what a coach is able to implement and develop within that child or that youngster. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You got to listen, but yeah, like I've heard coaches that are actually in the pool be like, we ain't with it, we don't like it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do it again because I don't like it. You know what I mean? I don't like
Right.
how they behave, how they grading. You know what I mean? The ones that went to junior camp, they all loved it. The kids, they love the young kids. But I think as the older, more, I guess the more like the elite and the youth, the way it's like graded, there's some sort of bias in there. Like you can't get kid just won the Olympic trials, right? How you failing them, right? You can't fail him. He showed you he could fight. He beat people that were on your team. He beat everybody in that weight class was a national champion. He gets there and you give him a failing grade. How?
Is it personal?
Yeah, it's personal.
It got to be personal. Know why I say it got to be personal? Because if a child able to fight past and beat what you have developed over the years, you should take your hat off to them and figure out what their gym or what their coach is doing that can help you improve what you're trying to install in other youngsters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because every coach don't know how to teach defense. Every coach don't know how to teach offense. Every coach don't do what I talk to you about, Coach Terry, is situational coaching. Whereas, what if this happened? What if this happened? How do you defend against this? How do you attack against this here? How do you reset and groove the way you groove? You know what I mean? How do you make your cadence, be implemented into a style that you're not even familiar with?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Shout out to Coach McCallum chiming in here a little bit.
Yeah, that's my partner Andre McCollum. Big Dre.
Coach.
There we go.
But yeah, they also like how are they grading, right?
Yeah.
This kid, he can't jab, he can't defend, but he can fight. Beat him.
Mm-hmm.
Show me.
You try to tell me, Luke? You watch the trial.
Stop me from 5-0 everybody. That's what you do.
Like, but how he failing? You just watch the trials. We all watch the trials.
Right.
The dude was a monster.
Right.
How y'all
coming back from a layoff with injuries.
With injury, serious injury too.
He was gone for a minute.
How he's not getting a fair shot? Like he proved to you he can fight.
Right, and let's get into that one a little bit. Elite male,
like that style, but he's winning.
Yeah, elite male 176, the division that you're talking about. Nathan Liu came out on top, and just went through this competition and pretty much gave a great performance. You can see his final bout on Peacock. Go ahead and do that, which was a great source.
And you know what's so crazy? That I've been around Obed since like 2016. I think it was 16 or 17 when he first came around, right? And I like his style.
Yeah.
But I've seen it's been changed and it's been revamped with whoever his new coaches is, whatever.
Yeah.
But Lugo was like on fire, man. I was impressed. I was really impressed with all the subtleties of what he did in that tournament.
Yeah.
It's a lot of stuff as a boxing coach that you can appreciate. That if you don't have an eye for it or if you're not really into the science of it, you can see how he really won that. He won with foot placement.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know
There
what I
was
mean? He won with foot placement.
yeah. You think he's gonna come and just brawl? No, he was showing you. She was showing
That he could box.
some wrinkles, real good
That
boxing, and
really
and and
boxed it.
and that bracket's not even over. We
No,
got a finals that's happening.
I think
We have a bout happening tomorrow, and then we finals on Saturday.
yeah, it's a semifinal. Yeah. So
And
they
then
brought
and then
so they Obed knocked out Amir. Doctor ran up on the ring because the ref waved it off, but then the doctor said he's good to fight. They let the fight happen. They gave Amir a decision. Obed and them appealed because he stopped him, and the ref did wave off the fight. So Obed advanced. He beat Stephen Colomb, lost to Lugo in the finals. Amir filed, I guess, an independent arbitration or something like that. They overturned their decision.
yeah.
A lot of
Amir,
paperwork, huh? A lot of paperwork.
yeah, Amir back in it, but guess what? Stephen Colomb back in it. So they got to go, and now they got to challenge Lugo for something he run rightfully. Like, it's a mess.
Yeah,
It's a mess.
where does that put Ethan Smith? Smith, he was there in the semifinals as well. He was just on the other side of the bracket. I mean, it's a whole thing. The trials are not even over if you think about it. But this could be just nothing, because if Raheem goes over, takes care of business in Italy.
But Raheem's already there. He's been there.
Exactly. But you know what? To be fair, Pan Am Games, there was a lot of stock going into him making it. He knocked down the first bout. He was out. As a matter of fact, we had 5 boxers who went into the Pan Ams knocked out in the first bout.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're changing. The process has been changing so much. We all know the end game. The end game is medals. If we fast forward to Paris and we don't got that medal that we want, I mean, then the question marks come up. You know what I mean?
This is the big question right here. You just said it. The Pan Am Games first round, all the top or the guys that we wanted to see win, lost day one.
They won.
So now that should make the coaches look at each other, not at the youngsters. Because the youngsters only gonna do what you do, what you implement in them, or what you put into their body, or you put into their mind. If you don't teach them enough to figure it out and win, and you don't teach them the scoring system, you don't teach them this, and you don't teach them that, guess what? That don't fall on them. It falls on the coaches. And then I can say this here. It might be a little overboard, but if you send a child that you training over there and you see, you gotta start working on that too as a coach, as a head coach of your child that you sent over there, or allow those coaches to help develop that baby. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you gotta pay attention. I feel like we should pay attention to all that.
Yeah.
I feel like this here. And me and Terry, I spoke to him about this before as well. If I take a loss on a decision, I don't look at it as a loss. I look at it as, okay, you just made me tighten up my boots. You just made me go get into my toolbox and sharpen up what I got to sharpen up as a coach. Because I'm not going to blame my child or my youngster for not winning. I'm not going to blame them for not being able to give up a performance if another coach outcoached me. But because you got to realize, we the ones that they in front of. We the ones that develop them. We the ones that install A, B, C, D. You know what I mean? So if they have a bad day, it's you that's having a bad day as well, because you gotta revamp what you do with them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No. I mean, you're he's the one listening to you, right? He's the one. He's feeding off what you're doing. When something doesn't pan out, the person teaching should definitely take some accountability. Real quick, 3-round slide number 172, talking to Coach Kahlil Harvey out in, is it Canton, Michigan?
Canton, Michigan.
There you
go. Right outside of Detroit.
Hey, with what you're wearing, I would think you would be in Detroit because you're definitely repping.
Can you see? Can you see it?
There you go.
Hey, you know this one Abdullah was still playing. This one Abdullah. The running back.
Hey, that's it. That's the one. So we're talking, it's more like a little round table. We're just talking, reacting to everything that's happening. Obviously talking about the Olympic trials, the Olympic team, the process, everything and all that stuff. But let me ask you guys this, because the issue we've been having is the way that the process was put out there, giving hope that the trials was going to mean something. But let's say there was a qualifier before the Pan Am Games. Do you think the team would be that much more different than the team that was announced yesterday?
They like their people, right? And you got to think about it. We got some international medals previously from that. Raheem can win a gold internationally. He showed that. So can Jamal. They've showed that. Omari can win an international medal. He showed that. So can Naomi. They've showed that, right?
Yeah.
They showed they can win international medals. It just they didn't. All but Jamal didn't have a good tournament this last go round. But saying they had an international competition prior to that, hell, the whole Olympic team be selected damn near already. Yeah. They wouldn't have to qualify in Italy because they would have already done it.
Right. Coach, do you think, if everybody got the opportunity that's some boxers think that they didn't, you think the team would have been that much different?
I really believe you hit it right on the head when you said that it should be like it was when Andre Ward won. It should be a straight up strap your boots on, put your cup on, and let's go fight for this. Don't pick no, don't select nothing. Let the actual tournaments be the deciding factor of what's going on.
Yeah, I'm
because we haven't had nobody to do it since Andre Ward.
Yep.
Yeah. I believe this here. If everybody get the opportunity to fight that's on the USA team internationally on any level and the right coaches is in place, I definitely believe we'll be back on top.
Yeah.
I'm a little biased, right? I'm gonna say this here, right?
Yeah.
As far as coaching style and fight style. By me being from the East Coast or Midwest, whatever, we into the slick, fast hand movement and all that good stuff that come with the boxing style. But I've learned to like the West Coast, the toughness, the grit. But if we could combine both and take them overseas, that's an unstoppable force right there. Yeah. So if you got coaches that's winning on a national level consistently,
they should be at the OTC.
Exactly.
Right. The only thing
I know people might look at it as being disrespectful, but if you haven't showed us on the national level what you should be doing, you shouldn't have the opportunity to train kids that got coaches that's winning consistently on the national level. I'm not talking about me because I'm not gonna try to get on the team. You know what I mean? As far as being a coach. But I'm saying if you got coaches that's really showing that they know how to put them boots on and strap that belt on, they should have that opportunity. Not the ones you just pick because of your friend.
Right.
They don't know nothing.
When if you got those credentials, right, then you got a track record, right, to do that. But and I think we've been talking about just the coaches and the caliber of coaches that we think should be in Colorado Springs. But I think the way that it's set up now, that doesn't matter. It's a system. This is not about getting coaches in there. If you want, and I'm all for what you're saying, because I think that there is something to say. If you're in a list, Campbell always posts lists, top, whatever. He does those with the coaches. I mean, you already got the list of where you can pick from. Coaches have developed from the ground up, but that's going to require a whole different change, you're not going to be able to make that happen because it's a European style system run in the U.S. That's what it is, and that doesn't require anybody besides one person to know what's happening. Everybody else just does what they say. That's it. Nothing happens without the okay.
Our pool of athletes is way bigger. You got to think about it. There's 320 million people live in the United States. Ireland is small. We're big, right? We've got cities with more people than the whole country of Ireland. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But we've got to pick people that adapt to that style. I don't think so. We can beat them. We've showed we could beat them. Yeah. We beat the Soviets in 76, right? We didn't have an 80 team. And they didn't show up to 84, but we whooped everybody there too. 88, same thing. 92, we still got medals. 96, we only got one, but we was in a medal match in 4 or 5 bouts.
What coaches was there though?
Oh, let me run back. So as far as 84, you had Kenny Adams. 88, Roosevelt Sanders. 92, Joe Bird. Al Mitchell in 96. Bashir Abdullah.
What coach was that? What coast was they from?
Most of them was from probably like the Midwest, East Coast, I think. Joe Bird was from Flint or Grand Rapids, one of them. Kenny Adams, I think he's from the South. He might be East Coast South, but he in Vegas now. Roosevelt Sanders from California. Yeah, they going.
You see how I fall back to what I said in the conversation earlier?
Yeah.
It's about how you develop a coaching staff that can make the team be compatible on this level. Because everybody's eye is different. Everybody's style is different. Everybody's appetite for the game is different. So if you're able to bring a pool of coaches together, the guy can still be the head coach, but we have to have a variety that should be able to win. If it's not working, why not add a little bit more flavor to it?
Yeah.
Change a little bit. If the nut is stripped, don't you gotta reboard and do it all over again, right?
Yeah.
Something gotta change.
Yeah. And I think after we go through the whole Paris Olympics and a run and hey, I'm all about US and getting them medals, but depending on the results, we'll see, okay, what are those changes going to be and what's going to happen? Because we're essentially entrusting that this system's going to work. Now we're getting closer to, we have to see the results, because if not, every coach in the US is going to be like, just what is going on here? We did this and
everybody
goes it out there. I mean, Billy Walsh Billy's getting paid very well to make this happen. Let's see if it goes in there. And just real quick, I looked it up before we jumped on. Right now, the top 5 countries with the most boxers qualified for 24. Australia got 12 on it already. That's all. We still got qualifiers to go. Brazil got 9. Okay, China 7, France 7 as well, and Turkey got 6. Okay, US is 5. We got some in, but you can't tell me that the talent of the U.S. is not one of the best in the world. And you only got 5. We got to be able to compete. And right now, we can't do anything about the process. The team is already selected. It's about Paris now.
They need to get some alligator skin and start listening instead of just assuming they know what's right.
Yeah,
I mean, you can't get emotional.
But, the thing that happened is USA Boxing flew over to get Billy. They wanted Billy. And,
right.
They got him. They're gonna step back and let him do what he wants to do, and that's what they done. And
he's not the first we flew to get, because before him we had Pedro Roque, right? That didn't work. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I'm not saying like Billy system don't work. I just think we're such a big country and we're so diverse, and the fact that when we start boxing, we don't watch amateur boxing like the other countries do. They amateurs forever. We watch pro boxing. There's pros in all our gyms. We fight way different than that. So when you say you do go to the OTC on the national team, they got to change what you do, because you don't fight that way. You know what I mean? And somebody their whole life, they're going to beat you at that type of fighting because you don't fight that way. So I like when Jamal Harvey does Jamal Harvey because that's when he wins. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. He ain't fighting like
He ain't
what
fighting like,
was
you know what I'm
like
saying?
the performance team showed him. I watched that. Me and Thomas was talking about it like, oh, he doing what his coach said.
Yeah,
That's still what Coach Daryl Davis said. That's his style, and it's winning. That's why I say I'm biased towards our side. You know what I mean? Our side of the globe, far as the East Coast coaching style. We got the grip, we got the ground, we got the slickness, we got the smarts. Because guess what? We teach the kids the science of it. And once you teach them the science of it, guess what? They're able to think under pressure. You know what I mean? What we always say as coaches, boxing is chess, not checkers.
yeah,
So if we able to adjust up under any type of fighting style, we should be able to do it from the coaching aspect to the fighting aspect.
Yeah, yeah, most definitely. And we're just gonna have to wait and see, right? Italy's coming up. We'll see. We'll see what's going on there.
we have 2 international organizations running right now.
Right. We got IBA. We got World. Well, no, we got World Boxing. It's a lot of things happening. You know.
So nobody has the rights to the Olympics, right? Nobody.
Wow.
The IOC is running that, right? But you have World Boxing, which is mostly the Western Hemisphere, a lot of us, and then you got the Eastern Hemisphere, which is still in AIBA, Asia, most of Europe and stuff like the Soviet countries. Like you got 2 organizations running at the same time. So eventually, World Boxing is going to have a world championship. So is AIBA. So you're going to have 2 worlds.
Right. Right. It's what's gonna and the
I
thing
think
is
they'll
that
figure. I think they'll figure it out. But by the time they figure it out, we all the kids that we developed the last 10
They're going to be
12
pros.
years they're gonna be pro.
they're gonna jump up pro.
Because it's gonna have to have some type of shape and shaping before we see a change in this. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
it ain't no real. It's too much. It's too much. It ain't enough development. It ain't enough spreading your wings. It ain't enough. Let me grab something from this coast. Let me grab something from this coast. Let me grab something from this side. Let me grab something from this side. We put it in this little pot right here, and we make it a better pot.
yeah. So
right. It's you know, and we just since there's no transparency, we're just doing a lot of guesswork. What's happening? How it's developed? How are they being evaluated? It's a lot of stuff that could easily be solved, right? Jake Paul has is going to have more access than us as to what's happening, right? You know
That's
what I mean?
nuts.
Yeah. Give me your
That's
reaction about that.
nuts.
Give me your reaction about that, Coach. Jake
You
Paul.
see it? I don't want to say what I want to say, but that's nuts. How?
hey, they're gonna make money though. Don't worry about it. They're gonna
Oh,
make money.
Okay, well, guess what? Hey, they gonna make money, but are you gonna develop the kids
Yeah,
to make what's the end game supposed to be in amateur boxing?
yeah.
The gold medals in the Olympics. Are they going to do the right thing?
But you know what I noticed? Like for one, like me, I've never been worried about the Olympics. That's just never been the goal, right? But I noticed we got a lot of dudes that's finna go pro. You see Rashawn going pro with February 10th.
yep.
You see Troy going March 9th. 139 finna be empty because everybody going. Everybody going pro.
We be down there. We coming down there to see Troy.
Yeah. Oh, for real? I'm gonna be out of town. I wanted to be there. It's gonna be in Boulder, man. It's gonna be a big event.
No. We gonna come down there and go. We gonna get in camp with him for a couple of weeks. I'm gonna bring Thomas down there.
Hey, let me know when you coming because we're gonna be there. Like I live
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. I got this pro fight coming up on the zone February 20th. Right after that, I'm coming out there.
Oh yeah, I'll see you there. I'll bring y'all up to the academy too.
Yeah, because I might get a little K down for a couple of days for the weekend. See if we can get somebody to beat on him a little bit.
We'll bring you up to the academy too. You got to see it. It's cool, man.
Okay.
We got all this stuff you can use over there. It's crazy. But yeah, like everybody going pro, man.
Yeah.
Like
Hey, he laughed. Yeah, I'm trying to get somebody. I want somebody to show him that, as of right now, he just making it look a little too easy. Ain't that right there?
he do. feel like he's being penalized for it, but yeah. But he, who else go pro? Like I think Ali Feliz got signed.
I heard about that.
He gone. I think he signed with Supreme Boxing. He probably gonna be a Golden Boy signee.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. I mean,
Hey, my little partner got signed. Little Jeff Hudson.
Yep. Oh, for real? Yeah, we did the interview, Jeff.
Yeah, he mentioned that he came on. Yep. I mean, which is expected, right? After the trials, we kind of have a rush of amateurs that are trying to go to that pro, and
it's that chance where all them youth boys, hey, go elite spots now.
Right, and you know, I put out a little video middle of last year, you know, talking about the trials and the significance of it, and I'm like, well, it depends on how you look at it. If you plan to go pro afterwards and you win the trials, I mean that carries weight. You say, hey, I won trials. You did this. You show up. You win the tournament, knowing that anything beyond that just really is not going to be in play.
Hey,
that carries a lot of weight going to the pros. So.
I know. This is me sitting in the crowd and a whole bunch of promoters and managers in there. They knew who they wanted when they showed up, and most of the people they really wanted to sign didn't win. They got to the semi like that. Oh yeah,
hey, that's why they fight the fights, man.
They had a list of people.
There was a bunch of disappointments.
Yeah, hey, look, they walked in ready to sign Steve Navarro. Like the trials hadn't even started. Them people was there to sign him. Yeah. They showed up to see him. Like they showed up to see Vershawn. They showed up to see Troy. Like you can see in the semifinals and the quarterfinals when the dudes was walking out, the promoters was meeting them at the door. Rick Ross was there. You know what I'm saying? Like they knew who they wanted when they got there. Yeah. They didn't have to win. They knew who they wanted when they got there.
No. But
names was already on the.
They had them on the list. Like, this is who we gonna talk to. This is who we want.
Yeah. No, that's more. You know, can't deny that. We know that the pros, especially when it comes to trials, the promoters are always around.
Hey, pro, he was cold, man. Like he was cold. Him and Jordan Fuentes had a hell of a fight. You know what I mean? But Steve Navarro to me was like he was exciting to watch. Man. And when he got ahead, where he calling his points when he's fighting Moses, like he was sharp, man. Like I'm ready to see that.
Hey, he was nice. He impressed me.
Yeah, it was nice.
Fuentes impressed me too, though.
He had a great year, man.
When Fuentes made me believer, when he got up after William Luther put him down, hit him right on the temple, put him down. He got up and shook that off.
Yeah. He had a great year, and
he's nice.
You know, he's real. I don't know if he's gonna stick around the amateurs or go to the pros. You know, who knows? He
can't go to the Olympics because that's Jamal's spot, so he might as well go pro.
yeah. But you know, he went to camp and he got that experience and that worked with him. So.
They signed him. I bet you he get a major manager, major promoter right out the gate.
Right. And see, that's the thing.
Trials not to.
Right. I mean, that's the reason. We all knew the 125 spot was locked. It's all good. But he did that. He went over there. He went to camp. People are going to be like, okay, you know, like there's a little bit of experience behind him.
He didn't have to go to camp. I thought they would have signed him right away. I think they thought they had a chance to get the Olympics, but there's no chance for him. But he could have got signed right away. Yeah. I'm pretty sure somebody would toss the contract in front of him real quick. He looked good, like especially getting put down the way he did, shook it off and boxed his butt up.
I like him. He impressed me. Like I've been impressed by him. It's been a little bit over a year. He impressed me.
Yeah.
Because you don't see too many Mexicans that box like that.
On the back foot.
On the back.
Here, he nice.
Yeah,
he impressed me.
It'll be nice to kind of follow him as he kind of goes on his journey there. So.
Pro, you know, Cornelio Phillips already went pro. I like these kids going pro. You know what I'm saying? And right out the youth. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm sure.
Chada did do that, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. Keon Davis is probably gonna go pro right after this. You know, what I mean, I hope Terry Washington sticks around. You know,
I like Terry. Oh, Terry impressed me.
Man, did he lose a round in 23? I don't think he lost a round. He was that nice.
He's so sharp. I don't give a damn who showed up at them trials. He was gonna beat him.
Yep.
He was different. Like he came with a whole different style and approach and mindset. He came real nice.
He was prepared. Hey, Coach Ian got him prepared. They was ready. They was ready.
Yeah, he was real. He was nice. I think,
but I don't know. I would like to see him stick around, but yeah, he could go pro and make a splash. But that's the one I would like. Hey, stick around a little bit. Let us see.
That's the only one that I would say. You know what I mean? Like
yeah. I think some should stay around and stick around because it's about to be flooded, and you don't want to get caught up in the mix of the shaking up the bag. You know what I mean? Shaking up the fighter. So you need to like. I think a few of them should stay so they could get they just do.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of them that need to be.
Yeah, no, most definitely. Like I remember, right after Tokyo and that whole thing that happened, and Raheem actually announced that he was going pro, but then USA Boxing got in their ear, and then he decided to stick around. So I don't know. Maybe if they like Terry, maybe make him stick around. I don't know.
Hey, that guaranteed stipend every month keep a lot of people around.
That's what I'm saying. Like maybe they'll be talking about it, but I know USA Boxing approached Steven Navarro. I don't think that worked.
But we knew he was gonna go pro.
Yeah, like so it's
he was impressive too.
Oh yeah,
impressive too.
Oh yeah, and he has he has skills that do well in the amateur and the pros. He's just he's that versatile, and he can make it happen. And excited to see him making that journey to the pros, which is soon. I don't know if they made an official announcement yet, but I know that's coming. So
Supreme, because they announced that they put the post out with that.
Dream Chasing, I think it's called the who he signed with. So just real quick, one of the things that as we kind of start wrapping up here, what the biggest matchups that I was looking to see kind of what the result is at the end of the camp was obviously Roscoe Hill and Terry Washington. I want to see what I thought that was going to be tight. I thought Emilio Garcia and Dedrick Crocklem was going to be close because they have a very similar aggressive kind of style. Omari Jones and Keon Davis, I heard, had a hell of a just camp and great test matches, and just if they could take both of them, they probably would if they could.
I'd love to see that.
Yeah,
those two I'd love to see.
Happens behind closed doors. We don't get to see it.
Right. I would love to see that.
Yeah.
Man, I would love to see no holds barred. Those two really from a chess match aspect of it.
Yeah.
I mean,
so it's I don't know. It's unfortunately a lot of this stuff that is not shown to us. It opens up USA Boxing for speculation, fair or not. It is what it is, and I don't know. I think they just got to hire a PR guy or something to deal with this stuff because they're definitely not doing a good job about it.
To bring Julie back.
Oh, okay. Was she PR or
she with the pros now? She with Shakur. She with Terrence Crawford. Yeah, she went on the big money now. But they need back PR.
Hey, real quick, what do you guys think about Shakur Stevenson saying he's retired? What you think that's for real? What's going on there?
Nah, there's too much money out there, man. You crazy.
He's only what, 26 or something? That's wild, man.
Right. Media nowadays. Sometimes you need attention.
Teofimo, didn't he retire? Teofimo retired, then came back like months later. So what do you
think? Yeah. Nah, he ain't.
I don't think. I don't know. I think.
Take their phones away.
Take their phones away. Hey,
put a restriction for a little bit.
Yeah, being too accessible, maybe sometimes comes with.
Bill Haney been going on everybody on social media, so.
Hey, Bill Haney. Hey, you can't do nothing but respect him because everything he's doing is winning.
And then that's what I tell you. Hey, respect that resume. That might be the best resume in the game now.
I'm gonna tell you something. That last fight made me become a Devin fan.
The way he handled Reed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I like Regis. Regis is a little tough little yellow little softball, right? He
Yeah,
made Regis look like straight nothing.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
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 He did.
Yeah. He's. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm always a fan of just the boxing style, but he turned some, he turned some heads in that one for sure.
Yeah.
No, and they
He
going
made.
after.
I became a fan. I became a fan. Right. That fight. I look at him different now.
Yeah,
He
I like.
became a man. He became a man that day.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. We're up against it. We're usually go, for about an hour. Any other thing you wanted to get out there? Any topic? I mean, like, this was just kind of a free flowing kind of roundtable with obviously the Olympics being the main
I got
topic.
I got to speak on Kahlil Harvey Jr., aka Lil KK, aka Showtime, aka Ring General. You know, he won 16-0 last year, and then Thomas Covington, he won 12-1 last year, so 12-2 last year. So I'm proud of them boys. I had to give them a shout out like that. You know, them two big boys and handling their own. Then I can't forget my little man. He on his daddy on here, Andre McCullum, and a few other cats that
Nito had a
did
hell
their
of a year.
thing.
Nito had a weird year too. He got DQ'd in
He
the
got
summer.
DQ'd. Yeah,
He got
that was a
DQ.
whole thing.
I was in the corner that day. I didn't even understand that at all.
Yeah, like, but man,
I've been watching Nino since he was 8 years old, and he
yeah,
didn't that him and Lil KK fought twice when they was 8.
Man.
damn, Nito had to be small because KK still small.
He's growing now. He's
He's
stretching a
growing though
little
now.
bit.
He
He's
He's
a bit,
stretching a little bit. He's stretching.
yeah,
Hey,
he is. Yeah,
he's
he
stretching.
is. And he'll be going to junior camp sometime this year. So I really wish they had a junior tournament that they go to. How they used to. It
They
would
say they
be
supposed to bring it
real.
back
It would
this
be
year.
exciting to see him compete internationally.
yeah, I
They
think
say
they
it's
did
supposed
like
to be one.
with the girls.
What was
Went to
that?
Poland.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Right.
Ari was on that team. Caleb was on that team. Sierra was on that team. They took the youth and the junior girls. Shara May was on that team.
Right.
Jada Lee Medeiros was on that team. Like, yeah, that Poland year. Yeah.
Yeah,
It was a
They
good
say
little tournament. But we
they
dominate those. Like junior youth, like we dominate those because you gotta think about it. Most of us start boxing at 8. Most of them countries can't start boxing until 10 or 12. We
yeah,
dominate those. It's too easy.
Yeah.
too easy.
Right.
Yeah, it's too easy.
They say
Yeah.
they're supposed to have an international tournament for them this year, but they
Yeah.
ain't concrete. You know what I mean? They ain't written in stone yet, but they said it's supposed to be something this year.
Yeah.
So
Like just
I really want to see what these boys that's on the junior team right now.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a squad right now.
it's a monster squad. Hell, the
Man.
top every weight division is monsters.
Yeah.
All of them.
Just the talent level is crazy. I'm telling you, junior up, it's
You
it's
got
insane.
100 fight 15-year-olds out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that group, the people's a junior, that second year junior now.
Yeah.
Like, go look at them. You got some 100 fight 15-year-olds out there. Them coaches been working. Them athletes been working. Like they've really been putting in the work.
They didn't put in the work like everybody that's on the team right now and been around for a minute.
Yeah.
Like since 2017, West Virginia, at least the JOs in 2017.
2016, 2016,
Yeah, they all been
2017.
around. That same go round. Yeah.
Mostly
So
everybody.
it's gonna get much more closer, right? The separation is gonna be just that much, just razor thin as far as who wins what. That's why perfecting the system so it's fair for everybody is gonna be critical. But that's something we'll have to figure out
after this squad. It has to. Because I actually think he wants to go back to Ireland. You know what I mean? He got family. His kid boxes for Ireland.
Yeah. No, you know what? He's been on record back in 21. Now things have changed. He said that after the 2024 Paris, he's thinking of retiring. Like he's done. But
yeah, but you got to think about his son. He boxed for Ireland. No, he want to go over there and see that boy.
Over there. We was over there. We met all of them.
Yeah. Y'all beat him. Y'all won Ireland, and y'all fought him here too, didn't you?
Yeah. You know that Lil K beat they all Ireland and they continental champion.
Oh, got him.
Man.
He beat
Real
both.
quick,
He beat that Ireland and they he beat the one guy was 36-0. So you know they don't include no um club
Non-national.
show. It's all
Yeah.
them all national. He had all national wins.
yeah, man.
That little joker gonna fight, man. They gonna put some respect on his name before it's there.
Yeah. Yeah. I hear you.
Okay. Next week we got Carlos Johnson out of Nevada. Nice boxer out there. We got to talk to him. We got to talk to Ulicia Buenrostros out of California. We got AJ Herrera coming. We got Hayden Hopai. I don't know. Maybe he'll tell me how he pronounced his name. So
I don't know what happened. Phone call coming through.
okay, cool. Yeah, we're wrapping this up, Coach. Hey, appreciate you taking the time to talk to us here for a little bit. We'll probably set up some more kind of roundtables. Maybe get another coach involved.
This is cool. This is fun. This was fun. It was less formal. It was fun. We was talking. Yeah, this is cool. I like this.
Well, we'll do a little bit more about this because every coach got their thoughts. We got to make sure we everybody's talking, listening. You know what I mean, and everybody's kind of just knows what's happening because if things aren't working out here, we got to all know what we got to be in the same team. Even though we got our own boxer and everything, but everybody's in the same team. We just want the same opportunities. You know what I mean?
We're in the same boat right now. We all just got to grow and develop together.
Most
by us growing and developing together, we can make a change. I think.
Okay. Hey, I'll give you open the floor. You want to give out some shout outs, some thank you. You know, put out your Instagram handle. Like you want to say something.
I'm on Facebook, Kahlil Harvey Senior. Then I monitor Lil KK born winner all underscore. I monitor that and put posts and videos up over that, and just new things, new developments, and a new year. We about to have a whole new game plan.
Okay. We're gonna see you at the National Open, Albuquerque.
Oh no, I ain't gonna do Albuquerque. We're gonna do the next one.
Okay.
Albuquerque is like I never do the Westerns. I've never done the Westerns, so I'm not gonna even. We just missed too many days of school in December. We got to make up those days. So
hey, I hear you. I hear you.
We education is just important now.
Hey, we hear you. All right. Well, I won't take any more of your time, Coach Sari. Hey, do your thing. You got a show tomorrow? Is that what you?
Well, it's 2 day show. It's 2 day show. University of Washington is throwing the show. We at the Washington Athletic Club. It's University of Washington, Oregon State, Air Force Academy, Navy, Boise State, University of California, Santa Clara, University of California, Davis. Normally UNLV or USC is here, but I didn't see them this year. So yeah, it's a good show. It's at the Washington Athletic Club in downtown Seattle.
There you go.
2 days, Friday and Saturday.
Hey, and the collegiate shows, hey, they don't play. There's
no
production value up in that, man.
Yeah, it's real production value. You got the spotlights, you got the professional announcers, people dressed up. They dress to the nines. They fly. They not Detroit to be having the flyest show though. But yeah, college put on a good event. Always a good event.
No, most definitely. Hey, good luck, do it. Hey, just sweep. Hey, like Patricia would be saying, man, just go win and sweep.
Because I brought killers to this one.
Woo, there we go. Hey, Coach Kahlil, you do your thing. Hey, your track. Hey, I appreciate all the input and everything. It's a lot of things happening, and you've been around, and it's always nice to see your thoughts and everything on it. So I'm sure we'll get you back on. But everybody, I appreciate everybody tuning in to the only podcast solely dedicated to amateur boxing. This is a collaboration with Jab University. Coach Terry, we've been doing this for 2+ years. We're gonna keep doing it. So.
We old. Yeah,
there we go. Hey, I'm about to eat some food. You guys have a good evening. Take it easy.
All right, take care, man.
Yeah, salute.